And together we are the Chatter Guys. And together we are the Chatter Guys. Come on, let's get chatting.
Hey up, Chatter Gang.
Welcome to Chatter Guys Chat.
And we're going to be chatting about what we've been getting up to this week because he's Colin.
He's Tim.
And together we are the Chatter Guys.
Come on, let's get chatting.
So you've been a little bit poorly this week, haven't you, Colin?
For one night and one day. So I went to bed and I got up in a horrible cold. It were absolutely horrible. I knew straight away when I started sneezing and I could feel my nose running. And I'm like, oh God, don't let this be a bad one. I went to work. I never take a day off work, do I?
No, you don't. Very good for that.
I think I've been in my job 5 years, and I think I've had 1 day off sick.
He likes to spread his bugs. Chatter Gang.
Yeah, I'm in my own office now. I've not got a promotion, but I've got a better office.
It's in the executive suite.
Yeah, so I didn't have to spread any germs about, so that were good. But I had a terrible day in work. I was absolutely horrible, but I come home and I was bad, weren't I?
You were. I was very worried about you.
I had a few limp sips, and to be honest, as soon as I had a limp sip, I was fine. And then got up following morning, right as rain.
Bright as a button, it was.
Yeah.
Thing is, we handle being poorly very differently, don't we, Colin? Now, you're very stoic. You just get on with it. If you've got an illness, or it's usually a hangover, or you just get on with it and you don't complain. But it has to be said, you are a lot more poorly than me, aren't you?
Yeah.
You've got a lot more poorly. I touch wood. I hardly ever get poorly, but when I do, oh boy.
I think
I'm totally miserable. I just want everybody to leave me alone. I just want to sleep and not be bothered by anything. And I properly feel down when I'm poorly.
that's probably because you're not down, you're not poorly a lot. So when you are poorly, it kind of screws you up. Whereas with me, I'm just kind of get used to it. I've just got to just get on with it, because otherwise life comes to a stop. But
it could be that I was just thinking, when we were children, it's the only time we got any attention of our mother. Really,
that could be it. That could be it. And I've actually thought about something else to discuss about mothers as well a bit later on, but we'll come to that.
Okay. But you pulled your way through, didn't you?
I was right as rain following day. Well, like no to happen.
Really
so
strange.
That were good.
Absolutely. Now, being the local elections this week, hasn't it?
Well, we're not going to talk about anything political on this channel. Absolutely not. However, just like to say, I've been very depressed this last couple of days. It's been absolutely traumatic for me. But I picked myself up this morning, dusted myself down, and I'm thinking, let's just get on with it. That's it.
Yeah, that's all we're saying about them.
However, I did really... You couldn't vote, could you, Tim?
No, I couldn't vote, and I didn't realise until the last minute. I got my polling card out, and I remembered that nowadays you have to take identification with you. However, I'm in the process of changing my name, and I sent my passport off and my driving licence to get my passport updated, and I didn't have any qualifying photographic ID. So, and I was there with my coat on, ready to go and vote, and I realised I couldn't go. So, sorry, let everybody down.
Well, we did have a neighbour who volunteers in the polling booth, and I'm sure he would have let you vote, Tim.
I think they've got rules about that sort of thing, Colin.
I did have a laugh with him though, and the other two girls were up there, bless them. I mean, they do that voluntary. It's not a paid job, that.
Isn't it? I always thought it was.
You might need to check up, but I don't think it's paid. But anyway.
Well, okay.
I had a good laugh with him. You've got to have a good laugh in there, because I just thought it was voluntary. But anyway, if anybody does know, please drop us a comment at contact the Chatter Guys. Contact at thechatterguys.co.uk. If you know the answer to that, that would be appreciated.
Or we could just pop next door and ask John. Good point. Speaking about next door, I've been gardening today, Chatter Gang. Well, you may remember, if you listened to the podcast last week, we went to the garden centre and we bought some plants with the intention of planting them through the week. But the weather has been appalling this week.
Oh, it's been really bad.
For me, it's been freezing cold. It's been chucking it down. You don't know what season it is.
Well, there's 3 seasons in one day.
And we'll get it in 1 hour.
And we're not just the only ones. We've been watching the Benidorm video, aren't we?
Yeah, they had a shocking day yesterday. This is in May. We were watching Lucy, the Benidorm enthusiast, on the channel Benidorm Stuff. And she was saying that usually in March they get one big storm, either end of March, beginning of April, and that kicks off the summer. But this storm that they were getting yesterday in May was like this kind of storm that they normally get in March. The weather is weird over there. I felt so sorry for people that were there on the holidays.
I know. Because I know you can go in bars, but even when she went into the bars that she went into, you could tell the atmosphere was just drained. And I don't blame people, because the thing is, when you're in Benidorm, you don't actually sit in the pubs, you sit outside on the terraces and you have a good laugh, and that's when you're just in the pub, it's almost like you sat there thinking, we don't do this at home, and that's why you do it in Benidorm, is because you sat in terrace and you're having a good laugh. It's like when there's a summer day here, everybody goes to a pub.
Oh yeah, they all sit outside in the beer garden.
But they don't go when it's raining, do they?
No, that's true. No, you're right. Actually, they don't.
So it's weird. I think, and she had, right at the end of the video, it's a dramatic video, by the way, if anybody wants to pop onto YouTube and watch it.
Oh yes, she does a proper job.
She does. She reported, she went around the streets and was showing the streets flooding. Then she went up to the cross to see if she could get some lightning strikes. But I think by the time they'd gone up to the cross, I think the storm had passed the worst of it over and they missed the lightning strikes. But still some really good footage from up there, I thought.
Yeah. So, highly recommended.
Highly recommended. So moving on from the weather.
Yes. No, I'm still talking about gardening. I've not finished my bit yet, Col. So that's the problem with gardening, is when I was single, I used to be quite a keen gardener. However, if you work full-time in the UK, gardening is virtually impossible, because Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, you're stuck in the office. A lot of times you're too tired to go out in the garden when you get home. But a lot of times the weather just lets you down. You can't go in the evenings. You've got a limited time, and then you've got your weekend. You've got your weekend stuff that you need to do that you can't go because you've been in the office.
Plus, as well, we've got all the channel work, what we do now as well.
Well, now, yeah, it's even impossible. But if you work full time, gardening is just too difficult because the weather's so unreliable. You've got other stuff to do. It's just too difficult. Because what I would have liked to have done was go out and then planted one plant a day or something like that. Because our garden, it's quite mature, our garden, and the garden's all around it. So if you dig a hole, it's a lot more difficult than you would expect, because there's a lot of roots down there. So and it's very hard work. But anyway, today, this morning, around about lunchtime, I went out.
I did take my help.
I did volunteer, but we've only got one spade, so we couldn't really share it. And I planted 4 plants, and I was absolutely shattered.
There were big plants, by the way. They weren't pansies.
Oh, no, they weren't little bedding plants that I was putting in. They were proper plants. But I was just so exhausted. And I think part of it is, I think you said, Colin, it's because I'm not used to doing it. Whereas when I'm retired, and if I can go out gardening, in the spring and summer, like 2 or 3 times a week, I think I'll be all right doing it. But because I've not done any gardening for months. We have a proper gardener that comes round. Having said that, the proper gardener dug up all my geraniums. And they were free. I got these geraniums for now because I took them out of my dad's garden and planted them over here. So I didn't actually pay for them. But
did you tell him?
The gardener, yeah, I did.
Oh, good.
And he went, I thought they were weeds. They were, in his defence, they weren't flowering, but he's a gardener. So I was looking to replace them, bearing in mind I paid out for them at first, and they were just so expensive. I was looking for them when we were at the garden centre last week. I nipped down to B&Q today to get some topsoil for me planting. I had a look round there, they didn't have any there. So I had a look online. Wow, The damage that he's done, those pelargoniums that he ripped up and because he thought they were weeds, they must have been worth at least £50.
Oh my God.
Something like that.
I should have done a day's work for now.
He didn't know. He didn't do it on purpose. But I'm not going to trust him with weeding again.
We have got some exciting news because the house next door has been up for sale for a while now.
Oh, yes.
And it looks like there's a buyer that's bought it. Now, I think he looked like a property developer. Now, I don't know what a property developer looks like, but I thought he looked like a property developer. He come out with a tablet and looks like he got a checklist in front of him. Do you think a property developer would rent an house out or sell an house with the garden in its state? Please explain the garden, Tim.
It's been like a jungle. Now, I've lived in this house a lot longer than Colin. I've been here getting on for 20 years. And when I moved in, the garden next door, it's full of mature trees. It's got a couple of greenhouses, but nothing's been maintained. The lady who used to live next door, she passed away in January and she was well into her 90s. I think she might have been 95. So when we moved in, she would have been 75. And she did, when she was younger, she did a bit, but it was just way past anything that anybody could do on their own.
Oh no, it couldn't be blamed on the poor next door neighbour.
Oh no,
the fact is that it's left us with a jungle next door. It overshadows all the sun that comes inside a garden. It's
it totally shades our garden. But let me tell everybody about this apple tree that she's got in her front garden.
Oh yeah.
It overhangs the road. It's it's nearly as tall as the house. It's only, how many feet would you say it's in front of the house? 20 feet?
Maybe.
Not too far in front of the house because, your front garden's generally not very big. But it overhangs the road, and if you park underneath it, when the apples, it has loads of apples on it, and really, really big ones, but they drop off and they dent your roof of your car.
Luckily, we don't have to park on road, but if we did, you'd have dents in your roof.
You would, definitely.
So that's exciting to see what it might end up doing to the garden. Yeah,
and I think it's an ideal property for a property developer because she's not done anything to it that I'm aware of in all the time that we've been living here.
It sold pretty quick, which is what I'm pleased about.
Because house is going at market next year.
When we move to Blackpool, hopefully this will be just as quick to sell as well. But yeah, it's quite exciting to think that in the last couple of months that we're here, and that hopefully if they get the garden sorted now, we might have a good summer and actually be able to see the garden.
Yeah, they just need to fell that hawthorn tree, which I think it's too near the house anyway. I'm surprised anybody get a mortgage with such big trees so near the house.
Well, fingers crossed.
They'll get it sorted. Yeah, which is why we're doing work on our garden, because we want to plant this year so it looks decent for next year when we sell. So if you want to move in next door to us, Chattingham, looks like you're too late.
Ebenezer, we talked about Ebenezer last week. Has he sorted out his
washing machine?
Washing machine, Tim.
Yes. Just to recap, if you didn't listen last week, the pipe that puts the water into the washing machine worked its way loose and completely flooded our conservatory. So we got it all bailed out. I turned the water supply off, and Ebenezer came. He put a new pipe on it and left it like that. And it was really good because we shopped around and we were told, call out fee is £70. Ebenezer only charged 40, so it was a winner then. And he turned up when he said he was going to turn up, which is another win for him. And he only charged me for the pipe. He didn't charge me for any work that he did. So I was very pleased with him until Sunday morning it leaked again. It wasn't anywhere near as bad, this leak. The pipe was still connected, but it was still leaking. Anyway, Monday was the bank holiday, so I rang him on Tuesday and he said, if you're in for noon. No, it wasn't Tuesday because I work in the office on Tuesday. It was Wednesday that I phoned him, that I contacted him. And I said, if you're in for noon, I'll come and have a look at it.
Wow.
And he did, same day again. And he sorted it out. He said, I'm going to have to tighten it really, really tight, but you might have trouble getting it off. And I went, well, that's good, really, because I don't want it to come off again. And he didn't charge me anything at all. I offered to give him some petrol money, but he refused. So
bless him.
very pleased with that. So it's so nice to get a tradesman that actually turns up. On the same note, our wobbly tap in the bathroom messaged somebody on Friday, said, can you come and do it? One of these that says on his advert, no job too small. Left a message on his answer machine, not heard a dicky bird.
I think what you might have to do is ring Ebenezer up, and if he can't do it, see if he's got any people he could recommend.
Might do, yeah.
So, anyway, what else? I've got some really exciting news to share.
Colin's beside himself with excitement.
I'm so excited about this. I've come across a DJ course available in Leeds, and it's a university kind of music institute that's recently set up in Leeds. They've got one in Liverpool, they've got one in London. It's got all modern facilities. They do all kinds of music study courses, but they've got a DJ course starting in June, which I'm going to jump on. I used to DJ in Ireland, and I were a good DJ because I used to get a lot of gigs, but I had a residency in a bar as well. So I am an international DJ.
International DJ.
But I only used to be able to transition and do a bit of mixing, but this is a full in-depth course that I'm going to go on 12 weeks, and then I'll be a fully qualified DJ. And this will help us when we move to Blackpool, because I want us to have I want us to do regular gigs in Blackpool where you can come and meet the Chatter guys.
We're going into showbiz, Chatter gang.
I want us to be able to do music, I want Tim to host a karaoke.
I'm a bit too critical to host karaoke.
It don't matter. You'll just have to rein it in a bit. Maybe do a bit. I know you like to do stand-up, so maybe you might want to do a bit of stand-up as well. But we're going to create a show, and it's going to, in my dream, it's going to have bits of everything in it. And now and again, when Em's up for it, Em's going to be able to join us on some electronic drums, and we're going to have a beef and theme to it. It's going to be absolutely wonderful.
Do you remember in Ricky's Bar, when Ricky's Bar was good, in Gran Canaria, and they had karaoke on, and the drag queen who was hosted, she had some placards up, and that somebody would be singing, and she'd hold a sign up that said, "I'm really sorry." I'm going to get some of those.
Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, so that's what I'm really looking forward to that. And then today I've gone out and done a bit of shopping. I've bought some a DJ controller. I've had all these in the past and sold them, but I bought another DJ controller, some speakers, so I can practice while I'm on this study course. So by the end of it, I'll be firing on gas cylinders, I will. I've also been doing some ironing today. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I've not inspected it. He's put it away, he's ironing.
I've ironed 10 T-shirts, 2 shirts, and a pair of shorts. How about that?
Oh, but you did it very quick.
Well, I know I did, because they weren't washed. They weren't washed ready for ironing. They'd already been ironed, but because I've laid them down funny, or they've been sat on my drawer, they needed refreshing, so I've refreshed them all, and they're all in wardrobe now. So I've made some space for where my DJ equipment's going, because before that, all my clothes were piled up on a cupboard, and the DJ stuff is going on the cupboard now. So I've got it all nicely, spotlessly clean in bedroom. It's absolutely perfect.
So we've got a DJ station in our bedroom now, chat again.
And what I also did was, can you believe this? Last night I did some cooking.
I do believe you did some cooking. What I don't believe, except I was there, so I've witnessed it, cleaned up chat again. He did a proper job cleaning. I've not found anything where he's missed anything.
You did enjoy my cooking previously, didn't you?
Oh, he's a very good cook. Nope. The only reason I don't allow him to do any cooking is he makes too much mess and he don't clean up. But I gave him Scarborough warning yesterday. I said, if you're cooking, you're cleaning up, and he did a very good job.
No, he didn't tell me I was cleaning up. I just did it.
I said, right at the first one, I said, do you want to do it?
You did put a provision in there, but as long as you don't make a mess.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that bit.
So anyway, what would you like to tell the chat again what it was that you made?
Well, I did. Can you believe this? When I'd done shopping, he'd come back from Aldi and he said, "Oh, I've got a treat for you." I said, "What?" He said, I've got a Thai curry mix from Aldi. It's koi soy." And I went, "No way," because koi soy is it's a speciality dish from Chiang Mai. Yeah, we've not had it before.
Yeah. It means cow soy.
Cow
not
soy,
koi
sorry.
soy.
Cow soy. Cow soy. And it's a speciality dish from Chiang Mai. Now, this is in northern Thailand. And we only had it when we went to Thailand in January. And we went to a market and I googled it. I tracked down a really highly rated place that did cow soy. And we absolutely loved it, didn't we?
It was really nice. If you're not familiar with it, Chatter Gang, it's like a curry stew rather than a regular curry. So yes,
I think we could, because you were saying afterwards, I think we could do that ourselves.
I think we could.
The only thing that it was missing is it didn't have the pickled.
Oh, that's right. It was like sauerkraut, wasn't it?
Yeah,
on the side.
Like pickled cabbage
some
and
pickled,
stuff,
pickled cabbage, yes, it was, yeah.
That's the only thing it had missing. However, the actual paste, the curry paste, were just the same as what it were in Thailand. The flavour of it were just like it were in Thailand.
So nice. Yeah.
It were really, really nice. It were a good dinner that I cooked.
Yeah, I'm going to look at making it from scratch, but if you get the pack from Aldi, it's got the... if I remember rightly, it's got the coconut milk in, hasn't it? And the paste and a couple of bay leaves.
Yep, it had bay leaves, two chilies, and the cow soy paste.
Yeah.
So it had all. It's got all the ingredients that you need. Now we cooked it with rice. When you have it, the genuine cow soy, it's cooked with noodles. So maybe that's a lesson learned for next time.
Oh, that's right. It's a combination, isn't it, of soft noodles and crispy noodles. Yeah. Yes, you're right. It is.
So maybe we might try that variation next time.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a recommendation if anybody who's listening to this shops in Aldi. Get it while you can.
Indeed.
Now, more sticking on the theme of cooking,
yeah.
I wanted to discuss our favourite foods.
Oh, right. What would you say is my favourite food, Colin?
Oh, you put me on spot here, Tim. I know it's not Sunday dinner.
It's not Sunday dinner. I don't dislike Sunday dinner, but I think it's vastly overrated.
Pasta. Italian.
Cuisine, yes. If you had to narrow down to one country and you could only pick one, I will pick Italian definitely, and I think you would as well. I know you like hot food, like curry and things, but I think you'd pick Italian.
If you were to say to me tonight, let's go out for a dinner tonight, then what cuisine do you want? I'd say Italian, definitely.
Well, we agree, but individual dishes, what would you say my individual dish? And I'll give you a clue, it's not Italian.
Oh, right, okay. Well, it'd be the Thai dish that I cooked.
Oh, no, I do like that. It's...
that's pineapple and shrimp.
Pineapple and shrimps, yeah, that is really nice, but that's not my very favourite.
You're going to have to put me you're going to have to put me in the Chatter Gang out of his miseries and tell us.
It is chili con carne.
Oh, there you go.
I do like a nice chili. But we can't have it with kidney beans because Colin picks them out and it annoys me when he does it. So we make it with baked beans in this house. so he'll eat them.
One of my favourite dishes, I think, is fish and chips.
Yeah.
Possibly followed closely then by green Thai curry. I do like my green Thai curry.
I was going to say that as if I had to pick a dish for you, just one dish, it'd be Thai green curry. Yeah, I'd say. And
then I do like a lot of food. I also love Italian. What we've been having recently, which has really got my taste buds going, is the pasta that we mix with pesto. I never thought that would be a full flavoursome dinner to enjoy, because after the first couple of tastefuls, you've got the taste buds for it all the way through. It doesn't change. But it's really satisfying.
And so easy to make, Chatter Gang. All you need to do is boil your pasta, mix in however much pesto. We prefer green pesto over red pesto, but you can use either one. And then put some cooked chicken pieces in it, or you can put in mushrooms, or you can put any protein that you want in there, but a bit of chicken in, and that's all it is. You just mix it up. It's absolutely delicious. Sprinkle some Parmesan on the top, and 10 minutes you're sorted.
What I wanted to touch on is what I discussed earlier when I said, talking about mums, I've got something to bring up later.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Can you remember? Well, I don't know, but I'm sure you've told me the same as well when we were young. But you used to get set dinners on certain days.
Oh, yes, yes.
And it never used to change. For example, Monday used to be probably a fry up on stuff that were not used from the Sunday.
Very economical.
Definitely were. Tuesday night were always, my mum called it Lasciani night, lasagna.
That were quite exotic though in them days.
Yeah, well, true. You see, like, I've got my funny way of saying things. I've got that from my mum. Wednesday were always, might have been stew and dumplings or something familiar like that.
Nice.
Yeah. We used to always have fish and chips on a Saturday. Without failure, we had fish and chips. I think everybody did, didn't they, in the day?
From
Fish
chip
and
shop?
chips. Yeah, from fish and chips on a Saturday. Saturday dinner time, we had fish and chips.
Oh wow. We're the same. We used to have the same things every week, and I remember when I was proper little boy, probably before I went to school. Every Friday we had this horrible dinner and everything that I didn't like.
Were this at school or
No, before I was school age, when I was proper little. We used to have fish and milk, which is the most disgusting, horrible thing.
Just hang on. I've never heard this before. I don't want to know whether it's a Tom Madden thing or whether it's
No, it was quite popular at the time.
Thing. What was that again?
You'd get a piece of fish and you would, I assume you poached it in milk.
Milk and fish?
Yeah, it's horrible. And we used to have it with cauliflower and mashed potatoes. So, and I remember sitting there every Friday and I used to go, I hate white food. So everything was white on the plate.
Mine were my most horrible dish. What we used to have at home. What I'm sure it was something with kidney, or something with awful meat, or something like that. It were absolutely horrible, and I'm like, I'm sure it was kidney.
What, liver and onions?
Oh no, it was liver. It was liver. Absolutely horrible. I'm like, why do I have to eat this?
I remember my dad used to do most of the cooking in our house, and he used to do liver. Honestly, I'm not kidding, you could sole your shoes with it. It was so tough. And I know nowadays it's quite a popular dish in fancy restaurants, is liver, because they cook it properly, but I just can't get over that memory. You could hardly cut it. No. It was so
I know what
nasty.
You mean. And it was that distinctive smell, probably the smell that it's not being cooked properly.
No, not cooked. I think way overcooked. I think. Cause
what was your favourite meal that you got cooked when you were young?
When I was a kid, that's a good question. When I was little, you might have to come back to me on that one, Colin.
Well, I'll tell you what mine was. Mine was Sunday dinners. Not particularly for the actual Sunday dinner that followed, because my mum used to have a thing where she used to boil everything over and over and over. So the carrots and the cabbage were just like boiled to just like no flavour at all.
Everybody used to do that in them days.
But my mum's Yorkshire puddings were absolutely legendary. I mean, they were just pure perfection. I've never had Yorkshire puddings anywhere that would come close to being like what my mum's were cooked. And it was just the smell what used to be cooking from them before they used to get served out on your plate. It just used to be really nice.
I've remembered what my favourite food was when I was at school. They're absolutely disgusting. I wouldn't even dream of looking at one now, never mind eating it. But all the lads at school, they used to go mental when they saw this was on the menu for school dinners. Spam fritters.
Spam fritters?
Yeah, they used to be like big round ones, and they would like in batter. Everybody used to be really excited. If it was spam fritters and Manchester tart on the same day, there'd be chaos.
Oh my God. If you want a trip down memory lane and you're in Blackpool, £1 burger, man, dig it. He also does spam fritter burgers.
The spam burger, yeah. They're not fritters like I remember, because they're not in batter, are they? He just cooks the
the spam. You still get that spam flavour.
Oh yeah, you get the spam flavour. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. What we've got to talk about this week, Tim.
We hope we haven't made you too hungry, chat again.
Please drop us a comment at. I'll give you our contact details again. You can send us a comment on one of our YouTube videos. You can send us an email at contact@thechatterguys.co.uk, or you can contact us through the website as well at www.thechatterguys.co.uk.
You can come at us from all angles, chat again.
It's good to chat. That's it for this week.
Thanks for listening, Chatter Gang. We'll see you next time.
See you in a bit.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And together.